Namaste. Welcome to this 20-minute Level 1 Living Yoga Flow. You can begin your practice in mountain pose. Take some time to come into the fullness of your body, breath and mind. Wish yourself well coming into the practice, which will begin with sun salutation, leading into the Swan flow, and then completing with a seated forward bend and a spinal twist. So we'll begin now with a round of sun salutation. Inhaling into flying mountain. Exhaling into forward bend. The inhale steps the right leg to lunge. Exhaling to downward dog. Inhaling to dog tilt and exhaling into baby pose. Inhaling to slither forward into cobra. Exhaling to draw back into downward dog. Inhale steps the right foot to lunge. Exhaling to close into forward bend. Launching up into flying mountain with the inhale. To return to mountain pose on the exhale. Ready for the left side of the sun salutation. Inhaling to flying mountain. Exhaling, forward bend. Inhale, steps left leg to lunge. Exhale to downward dog. Dog tilt with the inhale. Baby pose, exhaling. Cobra with the inhale. Downward dog with the exhale. Left leg steps to lunge with the inhale. Exhale into the forward bow. Ready for flying mountain on the inhale and completing your round of sun salutation as you return to mountain on the exhale. Now we continue into another cycle of sun salutation to link with the swan flow. So the inhale to flying mountain and the exhale into the forward bend. Now rather than taking a lunge, we use the inhale for a spinal extension and then the exhale to step directly back into downward dog. Continuing through the sun salutation vinyasa, so dog tilt with the inhale. Into baby pose with the exhale. Cobra with the inhale. And then back into downward dog on the exhale to link in to the swan flow. So it'll be an inhale to bring the right knee forward into swan. The exhale then sinks down into the hip and the back leg. The inhale then lifts into the heart and the exhale dives forward into the bowing swan. As you work into your hip here, you can either support yourself with your hands in the original position, you can come onto the elbows, or you can stretch the arms forward or back. But the main thing in the bowing swan is to use each inhalation to extend the length of the body and then ride the exhalation down into the hip to move through the tensions. Use a natural pulse action of the breath to deepen into your swan. So once we've taken 4 breaths in the bowing swan, we then come up for 4 breaths in the flying swan. So naturally it's an inhale to make the lift. But always remembering that our inhalation and our ability to receive and open more is only ever as good as our ability to let go into the exhale. So with each exhalation, soften your swan, ground into your foundations, and then use an inhale to rebound up, to open the heart and increase the back bend. So you can complete your flying swan with your 4th inhale, and then it's back into downward dog with the exhale, where we spend a breath to walk that stretch out of the body, preparing ourselves for the left side of swan. So the inhale will bring the left knee forward into swan, and the exhalation will sink down into the hip and stretch into the back leg. It's then the inhalation to open across the chest, and then using your leg power and your hip power, extend forward into the bowing swan, coming down as slowly and with as much control as you can. And choose the position of your hands to support your swan, and you have 4 pulses of breath now to work into the hip. Once you've completed your 4 breaths in your bowing swan, you can then use your inhale to lift into the flying swan. Once again, connect up with the pulse action and use your arms to support the lift of your spine as you move your spine towards vertical and even curving back. So you can walk your hands gradually further back towards your hips. You can use the tips of your fingers to help to make this lift into your flying swan. When you complete, then it's an exhale to draw back into downward dog. Clean your slate here for a breath, and then we're going to complete our asana practice here with the hero's pose. So it's an inhale to come into a kneeling base between your hands, knees together, feet apart, and then the exhale to sink down into the hero's pose, either resting onto a cushion or onto the floor. Take at least 1 inhale, then to sit your spine up, opening the chest. And then you can begin to recline your hero's posture. Follow your breath into the posture. Stay almost inside your Ujjayi breath. It will keep you safe and it will enable you to go deep whilst maintaining your composure. At each stage of your journey, draw your thighs inwardly into one another to seal up your lower body. And find the right place for yourself in your hero. So to come out of your hero's pose, it's an inhalation to raise the body upright, and then an exhale to cross the ankles and roll over into staff pose, extending the legs out in front of the body, ready for a seated forward bend. The inhale makes an arm raise, lifting out of the waist, and the exhale dives forward into the seated forward bend. First job in the pose is to connect with the pulse section. So just like any forward bend, the inhalation lifts and opens the heart, extending through the spine, and then the exhale pivots from the hips to bow forward over the thighs. We have 8 pulses of breath here in the forward bend. With each exhalation, have a sense of diving forward rather than down, so that you encourage a full extension through the spine. Use skill and patience rather than force. And you start to find that your exhalations are lengthening. And your bow is deepening. You may also be able to perceive a subtle change in your chemistry over these 8 breaths in the forward bend. Okay, so once you completed your 8 breaths, then we need a counter posture. So it's an inhale to raise the arms, and then an exhale to set ourselves up for tabletop, bringing the hands behind the back, bending the knees, feet hip width apart. We then use an inhale to press down through the feet and the hands to lift the hips. The head rolls back, and we then connect with the pulse action in the hips, using the inhale to lift the pelvis and the exhale to give. 3 pulses of breath as a counter stretch for the forward bend. Okay, it'll be an exhale to lower back down to the ground. And now we take a vinyasa to the spinal twist. So the inhale comes into cross-legged, and the exhale steps back into downward dog. inhale comes into dogtail, and the exhale to baby pose. Ready now to link into the half spinal twist. So bringing the left knee forward into Swan, and then using the exhale to roll over onto the left hip, swinging the back leg around and hooking it over your left knee. Collapse your spine into the exhale, and then use the inhale to make the lift, and the exhale to find your initial twist. We have 6 pulses of breath on each side of our spinal twist. Use each inhalation to grow the spine, and then each exhalation to wring the spine out with the twist as you gaze over your right shoulder. When you've completed your twist on the right side, we then change the sides. So it'll be an inhale to switch the legs. An exhale to collapse into the spine and down into the roots of the body. The inhale then makes the lift, and the exhale to wrap into the twist. See what you can do here to find a 5-second Ujjayi inhale. Try and free yourself up and find the space to discover that breath. And then use the exhalation to turn the spine. The right arm here is helping you to lever the spine around. You may make all the adjustments with the position of your right arm to help you to deepen into the twist. The 6 breaths on each side give us plenty of time to wring the spinal muscles out and to really stimulate the fire in the abdomen. This in turn improves the functioning of all the abdominal organs and the digestive system. So having taken your 6 breaths on each side of your twist, you can release with an inhale. Your asana practice in this session is now complete, so you can either lie yourself down in Shavasana, or you can take to a comfortable seated posture. Prepare yourself now for the practice of cosmic double breathing and body rotation. So now for the 30 cosmic breaths, away we go. 30th breath, empty the lungs completely, and then take an inhale. Bring the inhale right up into the chest, fill yourself to maximum. Hold the breath for a couple of seconds, and then release with an R breath, letting go of all the tension throughout your body and mind. You'll now come into dynamic stillness for the practice of body rotation. Feel the tips of your toes, roots of toes, soles of feet, tops of feet, ankles, shins, calves, kneecaps, backs of knees, fronts of thighs, backs of thighs, buttocks, pelvic floor, tailbone, pubic bone, lumbar spine, abdomen, between the shoulder blades, chest, back of the neck, throat, back of the head, third eye. Feel the tips of your fingers, roots of fingers, palms, backs of hands, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, shoulders. Feel your chin, jaw, lips, nose, cheeks, eyes, temples, forehead, top of the head. Now take a slow, deep Ujjayi inhale, fill your body up, and then hold your breath in for 12 seconds. When you complete your 12 seconds, it's an R breath to release all the tension. Your practice is now complete. Namaste.